our conversation again. Okay. How old are they?
4 and 3. It'll be 5 in December.
Okay. You can imagine that every day that goes by,
It gets harder to find.
where we don't find your girls, it's going to get harder to find. We're going to have less clues. Things that we need to get and we need to use, the methods that we need to do to find them are going to start getting blown away by weather, getting re-recorded over themselves that the surveillance for is going to tell us. All of that is going to disappear. Okay? And that's why we're going to spend so much time today, tomorrow, as in the front as we can, right? You can also imagine that every day that goes by, we're going to be looking for the man who did this. Okay? And you can imagine that we're going to include you as that man. So, let's talk about that. I think that you're trying to put on a brave face because you're a man and you're a father and you're a husband. I can tell that there's just something you're not telling me. And I'm not sure what it is. I don't know why that is. I don't know why you're not telling me, but there's something that's making you a little bit uncomfortable tonight. I just don't believe some of the things you're telling me. Okay, I just don't. I simply do not believe you.
What makes you think? What have I said that makes you not believe me at all?
This just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. So can we talk about 2 Chris's? Okay.
2 Chris's.
A tale of 2 Chris's? Okay. And you need to help me know which Chris I'm looking at today and which Chris you really are. So, Chris number 1 is right here, right? And fell out of love with his wife. Okay. Started wondering what it might be. He didn't have a wife to take care of and a girl to take care of. Spent some time alone. Liked that time alone. Came home. May or may not have had a conversation about how to get out of this marriage or how to fix it, but probably how to get out of it. Is looking at a bachelor pad in Brighton and did something terrible to his wife and kids. And that may have been an accident. And I think it was an accident.
That's not the Chris you're looking at right now. No. The Chris you're looking at is the man who loves these kids and loves his wife and will never, ever, ever do anything to harm them. That's the Chris you're looking at right now. The Chris you're looking at right now wants these kids and his wife back at his house right now. That's the Chris you're looking at.
Why didn't you call 911?
I didn't think anything was wrong.
I think you knew what was wrong.
I did not know what was wrong, sir. I promise you that.
What do you think it's going to look like when someone finds out that it was not you that called 911?
Everybody's going to have their own perception about what's going on here. But I know my wife. I know that sometimes she doesn't text me back. I know that happens. I've been there. It's happened multiple times throughout many days. If she's busy with work, it doesn't happen. That's why it didn't register for me that day.
We're back to a tale of two Chris's, Chris.
Okay.
There's a Chris who cares.
I care. I promise.
Tell me about the call to your daycare.
To the Primrose? I called them to see if the girls were there. He said they weren't there.
Okay.
I told them since they weren't there, just put them back on the waiting list.
That's not what you told me.
I told them that we were going to sell the house. Or we could put it on the market, and we probably won't be in the area anymore.
That's two different things, Chris.
Well, I wanted them to be back put them on the waiting list since they weren't there.
Why weren't they there?
I don't know.
Where were they going to go?
They went to Shannan took them to a friend's house.
Why wasn't they go to daycare?
I am not sure. Honestly, sir, I am not sure.
It's hard for me as a father to talk to you about this.
I don't know.
Not because it's a hard issue to talk about. It's because I'm worried about your daughters under your care.
You shouldn't have to worry about them under my care.
Okay.
I watched them all weekend. I went to a pool party at Jeremy Lindstrom's house. It's like, I love those kids with all my heart. Nothing in this world would ever make me do anything to these kids or my wife.
When you walk out of this room, there's nothing I can say to a room full of police officers that's going to convince them that you have nothing to do with this.
I know.
You know what they think.
I know all that. Yeah.
Here's a guy who didn't call 911, who woke his wife up at a ridiculous hour because he was so guilty about something that he had to get it off his chest and say, I don't love you anymore, I'm leaving you. That didn't go well. Okay, so what happened?
She told me she wanted me to wake her up before I left. That's why I didn't just wake her up, like, just to tell her this. Like, I woke her up. That's what she wanted to do, and we talked. Like, usually at 4 a.m., I wake up, I go down and work out. This day, I wanted to talk to her about this. I love these girls. I love these girls so much. And this picture right here, Celeste and Bella, those are my life. I helped make those kids. There's nothing in my life that means more to me than these kids. Nothing. Kids, that's your life. That's your lifeline. That's everything. Like, you make kids, they come first before anything. Kids, spouse, family. That's what it's always been.
Nothing you've told me tonight makes sense. Nothing you've told me tonight feels like the truth. Can we start over?
Sure.
I think that there's something that happened that got maybe a little bit out of control.
There was no fight. There was nothing physical. It was a conversation. We didn't raise our voice. Nothing. I promised you that. So there was nothing physical with this conversation.
What was the last thing you saw about your daughters?
Nothing I saw, like, when I left.
What did it look like?
Saw them in the monitor as it was switching back and forth.
What's the last thing you saw with your wife?
She was laying back in bed as I was walking out the bedroom door.
Okay. find the guy who took him, what do you think we should do?
Honestly, like, they're gonna come home safe, correct? When you find the guy.
When we find the guy, they're gonna come home.
Life in prison would be that's what I would think with 2 kids that are involved.
What if he hurt them?
I'm not sure if like that penalty is even used. Is it used in Colorado? I'm not even sure what is the death penalty.
Okay.
I mean, like, if these kids are not alive, like, there's nothing you could do to cope with that, to make me cope with that, if those kids are not okay.
Okay. All right. What was your plan after you guys separated?
Try to get an apartment.
Yeah. Nearby?
Oh, we'd just go our separate ways. Like, I would probably get an apartment. She would try to sell the house first, of course, before we could do anything with that.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully, like, try to both get an apartment somewhat close.
Okay.
So that, like, it's a 50-50 thing, like, because I was going to go on an 8 and 6 schedule in September,
Okay.
and then I would have 6 days off, and it would be perfect to, I'd have kids for half, and she'd have half, and that would work.
All right. Tonight's been pretty intense, I can imagine. How are you feeling?
I slept like 2 hours last night, so I'm like running on empty right now.
I
But
know, I can see it. So why don't I do this? I'm sure you don't mind if we take a break for the night. And I'm sure that you are feeling some of the pressure from me. Okay?
you're doing your job.
I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't grill you a little bit, right?
I've seen you tell 2 different guys. Like, honestly, like, I've seen like where you're smiling, and I've seen where it's different.
Yeah.
You're doing your job though. Like, I can't fault you for anything you've asked.
So can I make a commitment to you?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to commit to you that we're not going to stop working until we find them.
Okay.
Okay? And I want to commit to you that there is going to come a time when you're going to feel this pressure from other people. I'm not the only one who thinks that there's a possibility you have something to do with this.
Like another FBI agent, like, pressure, or like just like...
Everyone.
Okay.
Everyone, Chris.
Okay.
Have you ever watched the news and said 2 girls and a pregnant woman go missing? Okay, if that's all you heard, what do you think the public thinks? Husband. Okay. So, I'm going to make a commitment to you. Okay? I'm going to commit to you that I'm going to be your guy. Okay? I'm going to be your guy that handles the investigation. Okay? And I'm going to be your guy that you can come to. Okay? Because I hope that you realize I'm a nice guy. Tonight we had to talk about some tough things, but I hope that you know that I did it respectfully. I think that you can see that. And so, as we go on through tonight, the hours, the days, and I hope we don't get to hours or days. I hope it's minutes, right? Until this is over.
Yes.
But just in case it's not, I want you to know that I wanted to be in this room tonight. I wanted to talk to you.
Okay.
Okay? And I hope that you want to talk to me. Okay? When you have questions, when you have concerns, I want you to call the detective that you work with, and I want you to call me. Okay? I want you to know that if you have a question, if you think we're not doing something enough or well enough, I want you to say, I gotta call Graham. I gotta call Dave.
Okay.
Okay? When you need to have a night to yell at somebody and maybe have a good cry, I want you to call me.
Okay.
Okay? I can't imagine what you're going through. I just can't.
Today's been the whirlwind from, like, yesterday I thought she was just at somebody's house, and today with the drones, the police, and the news, I look like a scene out of a movie.
That's too much. It's too much for one person to handle.
My dad's flying in tomorrow.
Good. Okay. So your dad, who else do you have?
Nick and Amanda, Dave, Jeremy.
Okay. Now, you only know me for 3 hours, but I want to be part of that team.
Okay.
Okay? I want to be part of the team that helps you, and I want you to be part of my team.
Okay.
Okay? Tonight, when you go home, one of two things is going to happen. You're going to pass out because you're so tired. Okay? And that's probably not going to be what happens. Your head's going to go race. Okay? So tonight, when you lay down and your head starts racing, there's going to be things that come to your mind. Okay? This always happens. Always. It's very natural. You're going to say, I wonder why he asked me that. Okay? You're going to say, screw him. How dare he accuse me? Okay? You're going to say, I wonder if they thought of this. Okay? And then you're going to say, I probably should have told him something, or this, or that. Okay? Those are the most common things. When those thoughts come to your head, I want you to call me. I want you to call Dave. Okay? It's fair for your mind to race, so I want you to call me. Okay? You need a lifeline. You need someone you can call. I want to be that guy. All right? And I want you to know that if I didn't accuse you a little bit, you'd probably wonder if I was good at my job.
And one of my buddies, he is straight with me. He was like, dude, I'll just be no veil, like none of this looks good. So it's like he's like, I'm not gonna accuse anybody, but like I'm not gonna be like, he has his wife and their friends. It's like they won't talk to you right now. I'm like, I don't know.
So we had this Chris, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the other Chris. He's right here. Okay. I can see that you're a good man, right? You don't have beautiful daughters with good clothing that look well fed, right? Children that are unhappy don't smile like this, okay? And those are beautiful kids. Those kids have a good dad, and I know it.
You should see the picture. It's on my phone.
Yeah.
It's a better one, but it's just, I'll show it to you.
Those kids have a good dad. Good dad that feeds them and that loves them. I was very impressed when I asked you how their day was about how involved you are.
Okay. See me on the weekend.
A lot of dads don't get second pairs of clothes and cook eggs and give them snacks at night. You know, a lot of men, that's woman's work, right?
I don't like to get involved.
You're not that kind of guy. Okay. So, Chris, can you just look at me for 1 second? If there is something that happened, it's okay. It really is.
Yeah.
Okay. If something that happened with these girls, if there was an accident, if there's something you're afraid to tell me, it's okay.
Okay.
If there's something that happened with your wife, it's okay. Okay? You can always tell me. And if you want to talk 15 minutes after you leave, I'll answer the phone. If you want to talk in the middle of the morning, I'll answer the phone. Okay? What I want to happen is, if that's what happened, if there was something that got out of hand, if there's something you know, I want you to go home and I want you to know that I'm the guy you can talk to, okay, who's not going to judge you. I have kids. Sometimes I joke with my wife, I just need 2 weeks alone, you know? Like when you told me about your 4 to 5 weeks alone, I was like, wow, that sounds like a slice of heaven, right? Sometimes it's a bit much. Okay? So let's do this. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to help organize the search at your house tonight.
Okay.
Okay? I still want to do that.
Okay. I was just going to go to my friend's house and just get away.
Okay. Now,
hopefully they
now
still awake.
I can't tell you that we have to do it. Okay?
If you want, like you said, it rained tonight.
Yeah.
Like hard. Like it blew 4 trash cans in my yard.
Let's get on it, right?
Like it's whatever's there is there, and I want it found.
I want to do that. I want to talk to you again tomorrow. Okay? I want you to get a good night's sleep and a good breakfast and a good workout, whatever you got to do, whatever your morning routine is.
My dad flies in the morning about like 8 or 9.
Okay.
So,
What time should we plan on doing that?
can I get him back home first and then come here?
Of course.
Okay.
And listen, of course, take your time, get settled in. So what time do you fly in?
He should be here around 8 or 9.
8 or 9?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's flying from North Carolina.
Here's what I would love to have happen. He's flying in 8 or 9. You gotta go get him. You gotta get him back. He's gonna wanna know everything.
Yeah.
Okay, he's your dad. Okay?
He's called me like 10 times today.
That's gonna take forever. And he's gonna have questions and comments and concerns, okay? I would love for you and me as a team to talk tomorrow, to do a polygraph tomorrow, and move past all of it. Okay? Move past me wondering about Chris. Me about wondering which Chris I'm talking to. I want to move past it. I just want to get it behind us. Okay? And then our talks are going to be a lot more comfortable than they were tonight. So can we say that tomorrow at 11 o'clock?
Sure.
We can do a polygraph?
Sure.
Here. Okay? And there might be little tweaks. It might be at a different office or this. We're not going to try to rock your world too much. We know what you're going through.
Okay.
I want to get that done. I want to just move past it.
Okay.
Okay? Could we do that?
Yeah.
11 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any questions for me?
No, like, I have your phone number,
Yeah.
so that, like, if this flight does get delayed, I can call you.
Yeah, absolutely. You have dates, right?
Yes. So you based that up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay?
Okay.
You know that's a 24-hour number, okay?
Okay.
Let's make that happen tomorrow. Okay? One of the things that makes us wonder about which Chris you can is when you don't answer the phone. Okay? So if I call you, I get it, you're on the phone, you're with your dad, you're at the drive-through, you know, whatever it is, I get it, okay? If you go a whole day without calling me back?
Oh, no, that's not gonna happen.
Can we promise each other we'll answer the phone?
Yeah, like, I'm not going a day, like, if I'm with my dad, or, like, I have other calls coming in, like, I'm getting back to you.
Okay.
There's no, yeah.
Okay. Your dad's coming tomorrow. Were you guys planning on staying here?
Oh, yeah, like, he's gonna stay at my house, like,
Okay.
that was the thing, like, I don't wanna be in that house by myself.
Okay.
That's why I'm staying with my friends tonight.
Okay.
Because I can't be in that house again. Like,
Have you already packed for your friends tonight?
I got it in my car.
Okay.
I was actually about almost there when I was calling you. I was like, yeah, I'll turn around.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was like, I'd rather
Okay.
get this rolling right here.
Sorry. All right. I hope you realize I'm someone that you can call and trust. And again, I put the screws to you, but that's because I need to.
I know.
Okay. You did a really good job tonight.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have any other questions for me?
No, just
Okay.
we gotta find these two and my wife. I'll show you the other picture on my phone.
Okay. Let me go see
That's just done.
Yeah. Let me go see where they are with the phone.
Okay.
And then we're gonna, if you're gonna go to your friend's house, then we might not include you very much at the house, at your house.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to leave you alone for the night, but if we get somewhere, if we can't get in the house, if we find something we gotta talk to you about tonight,
I'll have my
and
ring
can't
on.
wait, yeah,
I'll have my
I'll
ring
call
on.
you again.
Okay.
Okay? All right. Anything else?
Just gotta find them.
No? Okay. I know. I appreciate you coming in tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a few minutes. All right,
I'm down to get right now. passcode in, because it was a 4-digit passcode before, and it was a 6-digit this time. So now that's
13119.
yeah.
She knew her friend's passcode?
Yeah, I didn't, because it used to be 2385, but we changed it to 6.
Why did Nikki know it?
Maybe she knew it over the weekend, because I'd never seen a 6-digit passcode on her phone.
Is that normal to you that Nicole might share her passcode with somebody?
I wouldn't think so.
Do you know her to have done that before?
No, because she's only told me her passcode before. Like her phone's her lifeline. So
Okay. Are she close with Nicole?
she's decently close.
How long do they know each other?
Probably at least over a year.
How did they meet?
When Shannan's mom lived here, Shannan's mom worked at she's a hairdresser, and Nikki was like one of the managers.
Oh,
Nicole, sorry.
okay. And then did Shannan get her hair done there or something by Nikki?
No.
Okay.
Just Shannan's mom and Nicole were friends, and then Shannan got Nicole into the Thrives, and
Okay.
went from there.
All right. So now we're at finding the phone, Nicole unlocking the phone, then what?
Waiting for everything to load up and watching all the text messages pop up, phone calls, missed calls pop up, and go from there.
And what were they?
It was just people asking like, are you okay? Where are you? Type things.
Okay. All right. Okay, then what?
The police officer, he looks at the phone, he just kind of looks through it to see like if anything looks, up any of the text messages.
Mm-hmm.
And then I walk downstairs and I'm looking around down there, seeing if I see anything at all. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay.
And then I think that was and at 4 o'clock, that's when because the officer had went over to the neighbor's house to see if he saw anything. And
Whose idea was that?
I think it was the officer, because
Okay.
he just went over there. And then that's when the neighbor called him back over to show him he had some stuff from the other night.
Okay.
Just show him like whatever he had that put motion on it.
Okay. Who originally called the police?
Nicole.
Okay. And is that the time when you were telling me you're coming home and she's freaking out?
She said that she told me she was going to call the police, but I thought, okay, I'm coming home. It's like, let me look through everything. Let's see what's going on here. And on my way home, that's when she called me and said the cops are here.
Okay. All right. Okay. Frederick police officer and detectives are asking Nicole and I questions about where she could have gone or who she could be with. 4 p.m. Police check neighbor security footage and question them as well. Okay. Have we talked about that? Is that where we're okay?
That's where we're at.
Anything else about that?
No, it just shows Nicole dropping her off, her not walking up, and it shows me loading my truck up. And about the time that I told you I left.
Okay. Officer, detective, and sergeant come by to search the house and ask some more questions. How'd that go?
They just had me sign the paperwork to search the house,
Okay.
and I just waited outside and let them
Okay.
go through the house. There's a missing persons warrant, I guess.
Sure. Okay. And did they find any other clues? Okay. Begin calling around to anyone I know that could know something or maybe see Shannan. Calling locals, hospitals, and hospitals as well. 7:30 p.m. Friends, Nick and Amanda come by to show support. Okay, so that begin. So 6 p.m. Begin calling around to anyone I know that could know something or maybe seen Shannan. What happened there?
Same thing, like everybody that I've talked to, it's just like they haven't heard from her, they haven't seen her, nothing. What's up?
Who's helping you make these calls?
That's just me. Just at this point,
Were you by yourself?
I was by myself. I'm sure Nicole and other people were doing that while they were gone.
Okay.
Because they were gone at this
Where
point.
did Nicole go?
Back to her house.
Back to her house.
She was there when they came back to search the house.
Nicole was?
She was parked outside.
When is this 5 o'clock?
Yeah, she was parked outside.
Did she come in and help them?
No.
Why not?
Well, because they told me to wait outside.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Is there any weapons in your house?
No.
Okay. If we wanted to bring a lot more people with a lot more tools and tricks to your house, could we do that tonight?
It's up to you.
Okay.
I was going to stay at a friend's house, and I was on my way over there
Okay.
tonight, but that's up to you.
You're going to stay Gotcha now?
Yeah.
Okay. We might think about that. I think it's a good idea.
Alright.
What do you think?
I was just gonna go to a friend's house because I couldn't stay there last night. I couldn't even sleep there.
What friend's house?
Nick and Amanda.
Oh, is that her friends or your friends?
They're both our friends.
Okay.
I run with Nick,
Okay. And when you say her, is that your wife or is that Nichols?
my wife.
Your wife's Shannan's friends?
Yeah.
Okay. Nick and Amanda.
I think they're waiting outside right now,
Oh,
actually.
are they? Were they the ones I saw on TV?
More than likely.
Okay.
One bald guy?
Young kid with the brim ball cap?
Yeah.
Colorado or something,
Yeah.
maybe?
That was Nick.
That was Nick? Okay. I thought Nick was... No, wait, Nicole's... What's Nicole's son?
Nick?
So there's two Nicks now?
Yeah.
Okay, so Nicole's son is Nick,
Yeah.
and your friend is Amanda.
Amanda and Nick. Yeah.
Are they married?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Alright.
Okay, I should say like a Nick and Amanda Thayer. Put it that way.
Oh, okay. Oh, I know that they're named. They showed up at the house at some point, right?
Yep.
Okay, alright. Good friends?
Mm-hmm.
And no reason to worry about that?
No.
How do you and Shannan know that?
The Amanda through Thrive, or actually Amanda was at Primrose at where the kids went to school.
Okay.
She used to be director there.
Oh.
And once she left as director position, when she left to go to a different school, that's when Shannan got her on Thrive and became friends, and me and Nick started running. And
Okay.
that's
Alright. Friends making that commercial support. Friend, is that Lauren Arnold?
yep.
Who's that?
Shannan's high school friend
Okay.
was her.
And how'd she find out about all this?
Facebook.
And so did you ask them who and where Shannan might be?
Oh yeah, like Shannan, Lauren and Shannan were actually supposed to meet up that day.
To do what?
Meet up at the house for just pregnancy pal thing.
At your house?
Mm-hmm.
What time?
Don't know.
Was there any communication about that?
Not to me.
How do you know?
That was the first I heard of it because she said that they were supposed to meet up that day.
Oh, when she came over at 8,
Yeah.
she said, holy cow, we were going to meet together, something like that?
Yeah, like that. When she heard about everything on Facebook about Shannan being missing, she said, yeah, her and I were supposed to, Lauren said her and I were supposed to meet up and do a little pregnancy pal thing.
Is Lauren pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. First kid?
Third.
Okay. And so, both third kids. So they were just going to meet up because they're expecting mothers.
Yeah, they're probably just going to just hang out
Yeah.
and probably see each other in a while.
Okay.
I ain't worried about her though.
Okay. Who are you worried about?
Anybody that I know right now, like, if they have not told me anything, it'd drive me nuts. It's driving me nuts because, like, there's no way, like, the people that I know that have kids that could have helped her, if she's at somebody's house right now, like, they would have had to say something by now. With all this going on, there's no way they could have kept their mouth shut by now.
So then who are you worried about?
Honestly, like, I can't really say, like, if I'm worried about anybody right now as far as, like, any of her friends that I know.
Okay.
All of them are showing, like their deep concern about what's going on right now.
Okay.
And I think, like, with that deep concern, that can't be faked.
Okay. So then, who are you worried about?
It has to be somebody I don't know, honestly.
Okay.
The only thing that I can think of is somebody I don't know.
Okay. Does your gut tell you that Shannan and the kids walked out, or that they were taken out?
Yesterday I would have said they walked out. Today I would have said I'm leaning the other direction.
Okay. Friends Dave Cologne and Jeremy Lindstrom combined to show support. Who are they?
Dave Cologne, when I worked for Ford, he ran an auto body shop. He actually works for Boulder County Sheriff's Department now.
Oh, okay.
And Jeremy Lindstrom, he worked in the sales department at Ford when I was a tech, and he works in a Ford dealership now.
Okay.
And Jeremy's daughter just watched the kids over this past weekend too, so we know them pretty well.
Which is
other stuff to to kind of get things off my head a little bit.
Okay. All right. 10 o'clock, I lay in bed and proceed to take calls from friends and family the rest of the night. How'd that go?
And just answering, nobody can sleep as far as East Coast, anything like, Addie, Sam.
Who's Addie and Sam again?
Addie, they're leaders and Thrive.
Okay.
They're people that Shannan reaches up to.
Okay. Have we talked to them?
Oh yeah, we talked to them on the phone.
You have.
I've texted them, it's all on there.
Okay. And so, the real live communication sense, we couldn't find Shannan?
Yeah, like that.
Okay. Have police talked to them?
I believe so.
Okay. Just on the phone?
Yes.
Are they in North Carolina?
No, they're like northeast.
Northeast what?
Like Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, over there.
Alright. Who else calls?
See her mom, talked to my parents, talked to my sister, texted with Kelly, that's another, she lives in New Jersey. Oh, who else? Jeremy.